Hello, world. Welcome back to the You Deserve Health, Happiness, Success, Prosperity, and Love broadcast, where our intentions are to create positive content to uplift, motivate high quality people to live high quality lives, walking towards your personal goals and self fulfillment and accomplishments based on biblical principles used in today's world. And I have the absolute pleasure to introduce to you someone who is an innovator. She is a motivator, a mogul, a philanthropist, and a child of the Most High God, Mrs. Vickayla, we call her Kayla, Mrs. Vickayla Pope of the Pope team at Prodigy Realty in Virginia, and of course, the Mini Millionaire Moguls. Hi, Vickayla, how are you this morning?
I am doing well. How are you?
I am well as well. So let me tell you guys about a little more about her, I should say. Now she's paid her dues. Don't let that innocent look on her fool you guys. She were in the Navy, the United States Navy, for 10 years, right? She has a Bachelor of Science degree in construction management. And she is a team leader for the Adopt a Family for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, back to school drives, things of that nature. So she truly has such a wonderful giving heart. And again, thank you so much for sharing your time with me today, Vickayla. You are so appreciated. Please believe me, you are appreciated by not just me, but everybody you come in contact with.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Now, Kayla, the one constant thing, and I know I've actually painted this beautiful picture of you, but I have to say one more thing, and it's a constant with you. It's a constant, and that is you have a humble spirit, such a humble spirit. You are such a sweet soul. You just exude, beauty both inside and out. And I have to say that because I love that so much about you, because, you're just one of those people that all of us want to be like. And that's why I wanted you to be on this show, because we want to talk about some of those things. So with that being said, when did you establish the Pope team?
We actually established in 2015, where we initially put it out there, but in 2020 is actually when the team actually built to where it was, as far as the the 7 agents on the team and things of that nature. So we established in 2015. We grew in 2020.
And you said you've got 7 agents?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, awesome. Now, also, how long had you had that dream baking, in your mind, in your spirit, of putting together the Pope team?
Well, that's a funny question. That's a good question. But the story behind it was that I can't honestly say that it was a dream of mine. It actually, I used to say, this was years ago. I've been doing real estate for 21 years. So me saying this is not now, this was years ago. I used to say, I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to be a broker. I didn't want to do none of that because I didn't want to babysit people. And then in 2020, when I say that it grew, because initially it was me and my husband at the time in 2015. But in 2020, when the team grew, my broker, Miss Karen Tyler, she said, well, why don't you just get a team? Because I had some awesome people that are now on my team come over to the company that I was training. And my broker was just like, why don't you just get a team? Because you're doing everything that the team leader would do anyway. And I'm like, well, okay, why not? it
Yeah.
makes sense now, but so in 2020, I got the team. I went and got my broker's license, and
The rest
I've
is
been doing
history.
it. Yeah, basically.
Yeah. And I love the fact that you give God the credit, because really, it just kind of fell in your lap and you just went with it.
Yeah,
That is so
absolutely.
awesome. That is so awesome.
Yeah.
Now, you've got so much going on with your team and with the Mini Millionaire Moguls and everything else that you're doing out there. But I want to talk a little bit about, and this is going to be a play on words,
Okay.
minding your business.
Okay.
Minding your business is like tending to a garden where you're pulling the weeds, you're cultivating the ground, you're planting seeds, you're getting the fruits of your labor, you're looking at the flowers as they grow and the fruits and the vegetables. Well, how is it that you're so young and you stay so focused? How do you mind your business on a daily basis, like creating your brand? What are the key qualities that you put into the art of minding your business? Because you make it look effortlessly.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
I think it's more so not I guess not thinking that I got it.
Mhm.
So I think I mind my business
That's that
by,
humbleness. That's that
oh,
humbleness.
is that
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
I think I mind my business by constantly talking and being around people that I think are pros at minding their business.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so
That's
it's sort
always
of,
good.
yeah, it's sort of like and it's funny, I was thinking about this on the way over here, on the way back for this, that is sort of like, I guess, you are your circle type
Yeah.
thing. And in this last year, since January of 2020, I started networking, like really being intentional about it. And,
Mm.
and during this time, I have met some of the dopest people
Ooh,
in the
good.
Hamptons Roads area, that
Yeah.
it just opened my eyes and really, really, really changed my mindset. Because 2020 and even 2021, it wasn't easy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Had a lot of had a few storms to go through with that,
Okay.
but I always tell people, God was still blessing in the midst of COVID. So
That's right.
so so my mind and my business is constantly being open and having a listening ear to others that I think are pros. They maybe don't think so, but I think are pros at minding their business. So
I like that. I like that, because that's saying to me still that humble spirit we're talking about, that you're humble enough to listen to someone else
oh,
and to
absolutely.
get their advice and to kind of, just put whatever it is that you can glean from them into what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's great. That, like I said, that's one of the things why we love you, Caleb, because you do have that spirit of I want to know as much as I possibly can. And you talk to people, networking. That's a wonderful
Yeah.
thing that you've started doing, especially in the real estate business. The more you network, the more you grow. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, another question. You said you have 7 employees?
Yes. 7
Okay,
agents. Yes.
7 agents. So when you're dealing with your agents, business partners, the mini millionaire moguls, their you know families, whatever the case may be, when these people are coming across your path on a regular basis, do you focus more on problems or possibilities? What is a conversation like when you are dealing with the people that you come in contact with?
I think it's more the possibilities. I mean, the conversation may, let's just say if the conversation is based on a problem, but there's always, I'm a half, what is it, the glass is
Glass
half
half.
full person.
Yeah, yeah.
That's me. I am. I'm very, you know, positive in that sense. So
Okay.
it may come as a problem, but there's a
You have a
solution.
solution. Yeah.
Yeah, and it may not be what you want as the solution, but there is a solution. And I'm a true believer. Oh my God, I am such a true believer that things happen for a reason.
Oh,
So
yes.
even if I don't understand it, I believe that there is
Mhm.
a lesson in it.
Yeah.
So
And do
it
you
may not
ever
be.
say, do you ever just, just say out loud, like, what am I supposed to learn from this? When
I
they're,
do.
yeah, what am
I
what
do.
should I learn? What is this teaching me? Because I do that. When I have situations that maybe come up, wasn't expected, I'm like, okay, so God, what are you teaching me? What am I supposed to learn?
Yeah.
And so it's not woe is me, but make me grow, you know,
Exactly.
what am I learning?
Exactly.
So yeah, that's awesome that you do that. That's something I do too. Now, what are some key approaches that you use to strategize on how you level up and how you expect your agents to level up?
Okay, my phone rung and I'm sorry, but it
Okay,
sort of cut off the first part of that question. Can you
that's
please
okay.
repeat it?
Yeah, of course. What are some of the key approaches that you use to strategize on how to level up with yourself as well as your agents?
Um, well, I think that's a group effort because
Mm,
we have to it's not a one-man show,
right,
you
right.
know. So um it's really truly a group effort with that. I
Yeah.
usually I have learned these last 2 years that I am a thinker in the sense of um putting things out there, things that I want, goals and things like that. And
Mm,
the execution part, you
yeah.
know, I'm a listener for, you know, it's like I got the ideas, okay,
Mhm,
but I found out trying to do everything is so overwhelming. And the way my anxiety is set up, I
yeah.
can't do that, you know,
Yeah.
so I end up at a standstill.
Okay.
But these last 2 years, it's just putting it out there, listening to other people's ideas. How can we
Mhm,
put these things together? I am
mhm.
so big on collaboration.
Oh,
I
good.
am so big on that.
Mhm, mm,
So it's like I say, our when on a lot of my posts, I would say we are the village because
yeah.
it has to be more than just you involved to do anything,
That's right. That's
you
right.
know.
And like you said, you want to kind of eliminate some of the pressure. And the only way you
Hmm.
can do that is have a team. Charles Barkley years ago said something that I just always have kept in the back of my mind. They were asking him about him doing some projects and what have you, and he was telling them about it, and they were like, "You don't know nothing about that." And then he stopped and was like, "I don't have to. My team know. I got
That's
somebody
right.
on my team that knows. So if I don't know, they're gonna know because that's what they get paid for is to know. And we all in this together." And I was like, perfect, perfect. So yeah, when you said that, it just took me back to that interview that I saw of Charles Barkley from years ago. So I've got about six more questions, but they're
Yeah,
pretty quick.
take your time.
Now, you have given six good reasons to invest in properties. Now, I am going to give you the reasons that you have given, and then you just simply, whatever comes to mind off the top of your head, just kind of give us that answer. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So again, this is six good reasons to invest in properties.
Okay.
First one, leverage.
When I think of the leverage, I'm thinking of having, for instance, um, the income, the leverage, like my first rental property I purchased for my god kid, because I had a gentleman say, you know, he didn't want his kids to have any debt, so he bought properties to cover any debt so they wouldn't have it. So I was like, okay. And I think that rose through my mind. So in my mind, the leverage is it gives you the opportunity to do things that you probably wouldn't normally be able to do. So that's what I think on that. Yeah.
Okay. Second one, stable investment. And you've kind of already answered it, but stable investment.
Well, if it's done right, you're gonna constantly reap the benefits of it.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
constantly.
And
so I like that stable. I think anybody likes stable income.
Yeah. Absolutely. Now, actually, you're answering the next question as well, which is extra income. So, yeah, and anybody in their right mind wants extra income. So, okay, that takes care of that one. But as a necessity,
I think it's a necessity for everybody. People say, you know, well, I don't want to do it because I don't want to deal with the maintenance. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to be responsible for it. But my personal, go ahead.
Now with the maintenance, can't you like kind of outsource that if you yourself don't want to do it?
Absolutely. So that was my reasoning behind it. But I don't know what the difference is. I always say this: if you stay in an apartment, you're gonna call maintenance to do it. So if you stay in your house, you can call somebody to do it.
Exactly. Same difference.
But I guess, you know, but
I can't hear you.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
People just don't want the responsibility of it. So I'm paying rent, and that is all I got to do is make a call and make sure my rent is done. I don't have to worry about anything else. But if you have a good conversation with a good agent, because I know there are tons of agents that love their clients enough to share this information. But if you sit down and have a good conversation on how you can save money, put money to the side and things like that, to have that cushion to take care of things, I think that would assist in changing people's mindsets behind that.
Okay. Now, this is like an offset to perhaps a 401k. So maybe like a retirement plan.
Yes. Perfect.
Yeah. And what about just plain old asset?
I mean, it's always good. It's always good to have something to pass down to your kids.
That's right.
You know, that generational wealth.
Yes, a huge component of that.
Yes,
and that is something that we don't hear people talk about enough. And that is generational wealth. You hear about the generational curses and all the other, generational health issues and all that. Generational wealth is something that definitely needs to be talked about on a regular basis so that the children that's coming up, they understand. I mean, you're leaving a legacy, a complete legacy. That's amazing. Now, something else that you've recently did, and I think it's just absolutely amazing. So one final thing, and that is you recently celebrated the Mini Millionaire Moguls, right? In Norfolk at the Fly Girl Boutique. Tell us about that event.
Our the event this past Sunday was actually our 6th event for the kids. I'll go back to that, but it was our 6th event, and our motto is teaching today's youth to be the wealthiest generation of tomorrow.
Oh, I love
that. Thank you. So we have different entrepreneurs within the city come in, talk with them, share their stories with them, because I think that's a big part of
It's hearing it.
Yes, it's hearing that it wasn't all cookies and cream to get where you got, like Miss Latricia Harris that owns Fly Girl Boutique. She always speaks to them, and she was a young lady in foster homes. She went through 26 foster homes. You
Oh.
know, so to share that with the kids, you know, because you know, we was kids before. We know how it feels to see like it's only happening to you. You know, so we have the different entrepreneurs come in. We do skill building. Like this was the first time we actually split the boys and the girls.
Oh,
so
okay.
we do the classes together, but this time we split them. And like our first exercise with the girls was everybody had mirrors. And so everybody went around to everybody and you wrote something positive on that mirror.
Nice.
You know? So that it's something you could stick on your wall and you could look at every day and see what the awesome things people had to say to you.
So when you say they wrote on the mirror, did they write in felt pen? I mean, what?
With a permanent marker.
With a permanent marker, okay.
Permanent marker.
Okay.
And so like one of mine was, you know, I love your hair, you are a motivator, and you know, different things.
Yes,
so the adults took, the parents that was there, I loved it. The parents was all in, they did it.
Nice.
I mean, it was just a great experience. So
nice.
So that, you know, so we have them come and talk, and then we touch lightly on finances. We touch on savings. We get them to, we basically ask them, if you was a millionaire, what would you do? What would your house look like? What kind of charities would you give?
So you're getting them to think.
That's exactly.
Yes.
That's
planting
exactly
that seed. You're minding your business. You're planting that
perfect.
seed. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. That is awesome. And so that turned out to be a wonderful experience for everyone.
It's been amazing. We haven't even made it to our first year anniversary yet. But the feedback that we've been getting, and shout out to Christopher Marquise and Akira Davis, because they are truly my right and left hand on this. And you know, the feedback has just been everything. I mean, I couldn't even imagine it.
Wow.
I couldn't even imagine it.
Well, I saw pictures on, I think it was Instagram or it could have been Facebook, but I saw pictures and it looked like they were engaged. Yeah. You know, they were listening, and I thought, wow, that's nice. You're doing an awesome service. That's great.
Thank you. And I really like the fact that, because at the end, you know, we do vision boards at the end for the kids.
Yeah.
And we also, when we ask the questions, they write them down, and then we have them come up and tell the answers to their questions. So I want to get them used to speaking in front of people, because I think that's one of the biggest hurdles as you get older. Because I know I was terrified to speak, and I still get anxiety.
You, Kayla? No way.
Yes, and in front of tons of people. Yes.
Oh my gosh, I never knew that.
So it's helping me too. It really is.
Yeah. And so the parents, you know, when they left, did they leave like, you know, overjoyed, thankful? You know, how were they kind of feeling what was going on?
I'll say all of that. I had a parent, and actually she I don't even think she had a child there. It just so happened that they were at a meeting at one of the speakers, Miss Tanita. They were at a meeting over there for her Secure the Bag conference that she has going on in October. And so by her being one of the speakers for the kids this go round, they came on over too. Some of them came over. And so one of the ladies, she said, I just want to say thank you. You know, she said it helped me to, I want to say, she said, to get motivated again for something that she had going on. I hate if I'm misquoting her, I'm sorry. But for her to come up to me and say that, and she didn't even have a child there, I mean.
It was just there.
Yeah.
She was there for the energy. I mean, you're giving out good mojo, girl. That is good energy. Yeah, she was there. She didn't have a kid and she's there.
Yeah, she
That's
came
awesome.
over.
That's awesome. That speaks volumes about, the event, what you were attempting to do, the intention there that was behind everything. That's great. Kayla, look, you are doing a fabulous job. And,
Thank you.
from Flint, we love you. I brag on you as much as I possibly can, as often as I possibly can.
Thank
And
you.
I know you've got so much going on, so I'm not going to hold you any longer. But I want you to know that I am praying that your destiny is far greater than your history and that you just keep going, taking everything to the next level, keep leveling up, keep spreading the love, the wealth, the joy, the knowledge, the information. You're doing a fabulous job. A
Thank you.
fabulous job. Well, this is me, you guys, Joni B. I'm signing off from You Deserve Health, Happiness, Success, Prosperity, and Love broadcast. And I wish all of you the answer to all things according to Ecclesiastes 10:19. So until next time, sending you peace, love, and happiness.